Hey guys, I'm going to record a quick review of how you get to seven figures in Unify. Real simple. It's definitely what I'm aiming to do and will do. And those of you who have that kind of goal, I want to make sure it's clear in your mind how you accomplish it. Those of you who know me and have known me for many years probably know my story of making my first seven-figure income, my first million in my early 30s, but because of a lack of knowledge about business and so forth, certain contracts and agreements were in place, and one of the partners ran off with a big chunk of it. We recovered and continued the business and did end up making seven figures quite a few times over after a couple of years, but it was a rough ride. My second experience with a seven-figure income was a $1 million day launch. That was in partnership with Ann Sieg back in 2008, I believe. And at that time, this was not building a network marketing business. You know, my experience in network marketing was in my earlier years, building with a company called Manatech. And I did do very well with Manatech, and it was my full-time income for 10 years before I moved on to that earlier story I just shared of the first million. And then I was really just teaching online marketing. And it all started because that was the system that I was building Manatech with, and it was so successful that I went on to coach that, teach that, and that's how most people got to know me back around 2007, 2008. My first $1 million day launch was marketing a product, a coaching product in and around marketing funnels in a marketing system to help people build a network marketing business, by the way. And that was in 2008, I believe, with Ann Sieg. And that kind of kicked off a seven-figure year for quite some time. And then I had two eight-figure years, 2 years where I made over 10 million in revenue. Why am I sharing all this? Because there's a certain mindset that I'm very familiar with. And those who don't know my story, I think it's important to understand that that a lot of people have made 7 and 8 figures, and it's not that uncommon as you may think if you haven't done it and haven't thought about it. So I just want to encourage you, even if that hasn't been a goal, open yourself up to it. When you're in the right place at the right time and you have the vision for it and you see how to do it, it becomes within your reach. And even if it isn't your goal, because it does take a high level of commitment and follow through and focus, but you can scale that back a little bit and, get to 6 figures per year or 50,000 a year residual with Unify. But I'm going to focus right now on how I'm creating a 7-figure residual income with Unify. This will also demonstrate just how much I need to help you guys succeed. I'm going to talk a little bit about how I'm going about doing that and who I'm identifying to work with and help to get you to your financial goals so that I can reach mine. I'm going to break it all down. Let me share my screen here real quick. So first, let's look at this. This is in the affiliate packet. If you go to unifii.io, the Unify site, and you're not logged in, and you scroll down to the bottom of the page, you'll find a link that says affiliates. You'll find a PDF. And if you scroll through it, you're going to find this screen that says matrix bonus, this slide. I mean, in a nutshell, this shows you what it's all about. I'll unwrap it a little bit more than this, but you build 3 by 3, 3 wide in the matrix. And by the way, if you sign a 4th and a 5th person up, they drop down. So it's like team building with spillover. And you build that down to 9 levels, and you're looking at $125,000 a month. You're way over a 7-figure income. And this is precisely what I'm focused on. Now, this is a simple demonstration of how to get to 7 figures. We're going to unwrap it a lot more, obviously, today. But this is what I want you to really focus on, is going 3 by 3 by 3 by 3. Now, some of you are going, well, I can't even sign up 1 person. How do I dream to even do 3? Guys, you need to understand that you don't just come out of the gate an ace. I don't come out of the gate at anything as an ace. That's not how it works. Even with all my marketing knowledge, even with all of my experience, When I start a new company, I might be able to bring a lot of people in from the previous list building I've done. And I'm certainly going to be teaching and continuing to help you guys build a list so that long term you have more and more compounding results from previous efforts. For example, right now, the lists that many of you are building, some of that's going to be paying you money 5 years from now, no matter what you're doing. And certainly I'm able to benefit from my previous list building efforts. And certainly I can come in and I can create marketing funnels and do things and keep bringing people and, make good money because I have that experience. But there's a lot of learning even for me when I start a new opportunity. It will always be that way for everybody, even if you're bringing a lot of skill sets in. And certainly for all of you, you must understand that it's going to take time to know exactly how to bring people in a consistent way. You've got to give yourself that time. And most people just aren't willing to do that. I've emphasized over and over again, don't come into this and in 2 months be ready to bail if you're not getting incredible results yet. It doesn't work that way. Sometimes you can get lucky, but don't look for luck, guys. You're going to find that along the way here and there by working smart, by setting up systems, setting up processes. In our case, building the list, staying consistent and true to that process. Continually doing webinars, pushing out content, learning how to integrate some of your own content, which we're going to expand upon. We started that with the elite group. And for all of you, I'm going to help you start integrating your own content, your own messaging, in addition with mine, for those that want to do that. My point is, you will get to the point, if you're consistent with this process, where you can sign up 3 people. And if you don't believe that, there's an emotional, overwhelming issue of lack that you'll have to work through. And you do that by reading books about success. You do that by reading books about overcoming limiting beliefs. I mean, it's a process if that's what you're dealing with. If you don't believe that if you focus here with us, that you're not going to be able to figure out how to enroll and attract 3 people into something that's valuable, that's a deeper issue that you've got to address through book reading and working on it just internally. It's an emotional issue. That's a belief and a lack issue. You must understand it takes time to find your groove. It takes time for everybody to find their groove when they get started with something. But it's very, for someone like me, it's just common knowledge that you come into something, you decide you're going to do it, and then you just do it, and then you win. It's just the way it works. And anyone who bails too early, they lose. They lose over and over again in life. So don't be that person. Of course you can get 3 people. And we're working together to create that system where it just boom, boom, boom. You're not only going to get 3, you're going to get 9. You're going to be able to keep signing people up and helping people in your team. But you got to start by believing that. And that just starts with confidence and understanding how you manifest and create something that doesn't exist yet. And understand the success philosophy. You need to be consistent. You need to focus on a goal. You need to decide you're going to accomplish it. Decide you're going to get 3. Decide you're going to get a team that gets 3 by 3 by 3. Just decide. You can't get there without deciding. Okay. So let's break this down a little bit more. Of course, this income, getting to 7 figures just off the matrix bonus, doesn't count the money also coming in from referral bonus. That's just on top of it. Doesn't count all the money that's coming in from the matching bonus, which is huge, guys. So let me just break this down, because this is really why I'm motivated from a financial perspective. Obviously, there's personal reasons that I get a lot of satisfaction out of helping other people, but they built in a financial reward system to help leaders like myself and others work many levels deep with others in their organization. So check this out. My goal is to get to ambassador. I get to ambassador by having my organization move $1 million a month in PGV. $1 million in PGV is like total volume. So I think that's personal group volume. So if I refer people who refer people, doesn't matter how deep it goes. If it's connected to my original referring, then that counts. And it doesn't matter if they're buying, in that network, they're buying Unifii for the first time, the $279, like that counts. The $279 to sign up counts towards that volume. And also the $79.95 per month counts towards that volume. Right now I'm around 30,000 in volume, which is great 2 months in, because we haven't even had time, to create the explosive growth. We're not even close. We're still just laying the foundation. A lot of people don't understand that. anyone that thinks in terms of 7 figures, 8 figures understands these basic concepts. Those that think real small have a hard time even making small money because they're not applying basic concepts. They're not understanding, okay, there's a foundation period, there's a learning period, there's a building momentum period. You shouldn't be looking at immediate results because that's showing attachment emotionally to the impossible. You need to show attachment emotionally to universal laws for success, which I covered already. Okay, so my goal is to get to 1 million in volume, because then on my front level, so everyone I personally referred, I'm going to get a 20% matching bonus of all of their matrix bonus. So everyone that I've referred, when I get to this level, I'm going to get 20% of what they make on the matrix. And then I'm going to get 10% of my second level. So if somebody on my second level makes 10,000 in the matrix 2 years from now, I'm going to get 1,000 of that a month on the second level. And there'll be a lot of people on my second level making 1,000, some people 10,000, some people 5,000. My third level, I'll get 5% matching bonus, fourth level, 5%, fifth level, 5%. That's a lot of people. Let's go look at the referral bonus just because it shows a really good model for seeing how many people that can be. You know, if 5 people refer 5, which over the course of 2 years could absolutely happen, we're talking about on my fifth level, there's 3,125 people. So if only 4 people refer 4, obviously it never works out perfectly, but it gives us a model. Some people are going to refer more than 4, most people are going to refer less, but it's going to compound. Obviously, the numbers do their thing in the real life scenario, but this gives you a really good model that's reasonable to kind of see how large of a group you'll have on the fifth level as compared to the fourth. It's bigger on the fifth, is the point. If only the model of 3 people referring 3 down 5 levels is 243 people on the fifth level. So my point with that is when I get to the $1 million PGV, just counting all the volume from my entire organization, even if they're 50 levels down, excuse me, I just had breakfast. I'm getting, 5% on potentially hundreds and maybe even thousands of people. A 5% matching bonus on all of their matrices. This is huge money. Now, you don't need to get to 1 million PGV to tap into the matching bonus. Right now, I'm already at executive. So I'm already getting a 5% matching bonus in my front level and a 5% matching level on my second level. But we're only into month 2 of launch of Unifii, so I don't have a huge organization yet. It takes time. That's what you have to understand for it to kick in and the exponentialism to grow. This is what successful people who make big money understand, guys. And even if you don't have the huge goals, you're not even going to make 1 to 5,000 a month if you don't understand some of these basics. And it's not going to happen just like that. Like, you got to stick with it with the team and show your worth to the team, show your commitment, show your follow through. I'm just getting to know you guys. Like, I haven't even been able to talk to most of you yet. It takes time. But if somebody's like dropping out in the second month, do you think that's someone I'm excited to work with? Absolutely not. In fact, I would have rather that person never came in the first place. Just a waste of time. Just ridiculous. You got to stick with something. And you got to be looking long term. Like, I'm looking 2 years out. Because that's how you win big. You don't win big looking 2 months, 3 months out. So really important. My next goal, of course, get to 150,000 PGV. And I do this by working with others in my organization. So if you're in my organization, that means I'm going to be looking to work with you. It takes me time, though, to connect with all of you. Give me time to do that. And in the meantime, learn and do what you can. Build your list. Start doing YouTube videos. Take responsibility for your success. And then you become valuable to me and others on your team by doing that. But if you're wishy-washy, if you sign up to something and then you're gone, it's just, of course you're going to fail. It's easy to win, guys, when you're in the right place at the right time. But it's easy in the sense that you have to bring success principles to the game, which are what I'm talking about. Anyway, so then there's a president level. I'm looking at here, though. Obviously, I move sequentially. First, I hit this goal. Then I move into this goal. What I'm showing you this because this is going to be huge. When I get here, I don't know what the matching bonuses will be, but I suspect they'll be, 100,000 a month or more just here. My point is even if we don't look at any of that, just to keep it simple, I focus on this, because here's a way to get to 7 figures just with the matrix bonus, not even counting the matching bonus I just covered, not counting the referral bonus. Just this right here is what we can focus on. If we're doing this, then the rest is happening anyway. My point is, I know some of you are looking at this go, oh, well, building 3 9 levels deep, that's not going to happen. There's going to be holes. Yes, but we have the other compensation plans to fill in that gap. We also have compression. So like when I go look at my report, my monthly bonus, my matrix bonus, I see it lists in the back office, and you guys all have access to this too. I see someone might be on my 12th level in the matrix, but it compresses up. So if people weren't purchasing, if there's holes, it compresses up. Okay, with all of that said, I'm focused on this. Let's go actually look at my organization. So here's the first 3. And, Shane put one of his reentry positions here. That's cool. So, it compresses up, meaning, when you have a reentry position underneath you, it also means I have his support. So, that's something that I welcome to see. But of course, he's not paying for this position because it's a reentry position. So that's fine though, because I have his support with the organization. So you want to see some of those reentry positions from your upline if you see that. If you don't understand what I'm talking about with the reentry positions, don't worry about it. Just understand we're basically building 3 and then by 3. You see here under Robin, if I click the down arrow, you see now we go a little bit deeper, and Robin's got 3, and then they each have 3. Let's go a little bit deeper here. Here's the same model, 3 by 3. Let's go look under Robin. This is one of her reentry positions, by the way. Again, 3 by 3. Let's look under Des Morgan. He's got 3. This is showing somebody that didn't purchase. This one didn't purchase. Does that matter to me? I mean, of course, I want everyone to follow through and to get the value of this, but I don't sweat it. Like, I'll just be like, look, we see here's a person here that paid under Des, because I think Des already left to some other opportunity. And you already know my opinion about that. People like that moving around, man, that's a challenging way to go about it. Do I worry about it? I mean, I want people to succeed. I want people to get it, but I'm not attached. I'm going to build my 3 by 3. That's how you hit 7 figures. And I can't pronounce this name, but here's somebody I'm going to be following up with that Des referred, who paid this month. And what I'll do is I'll just start working with this person if they want the help. And I'll start building it here, because everything compresses up. My point is, if Des doesn't purchase, it just compresses up. So like this person, Sharon, would roll up. If she purchases, she rolls up. It just keeps rolling up to fill in the 3 by 3. And if there's any holes, it doesn't really matter to me, because I'll start working with this person, building this person. And then what that helps me do is make the matching bonus in the matrix. Again, going back to here, going back to here, if I start getting past that, someone takes off and they're past the 10th level, 11th level, 12th level, I'm still making money in the matching bonuses. How so, you might say? Well, because I'm trying to get to 1 million PGV. Some of you trying to get to 25,000 PGV per month, so you can start getting the matching bonuses. It doesn't matter what level somebody's on, it counts for that qualifier. Someone could be on my 100th level, and it counts for my PGV so that I can start tapping into getting matching bonuses on everybody's matrix on my 1st and 2nd level. Or in this case, when I want to get to ambassador, all 5 levels down, a matching bonus on everybody's matrix. It adds up, man. It adds up, and especially if you're looking 18 months out, 24 months out, when you got the exponential growth. Let's keep it simple. Okay, so let's look at this diagram here. So you just saw me show like real life examples of my organization and how I'm like looking at building it and so forth. You're building 3 by 3 by 3. And if you got somebody who came in and they didn't pay, I want you to know, I believe Unifii is going to kick them out of the position, and you can actually put someone else in that position. So I've got a lot of people, for example, that might be kicked out at some point, and I might be putting a family member or somebody into that position because they have people underneath them. I'm just going to keep filling it up, 3 by 3 by 3 by 3. So coming back here, Let's go all the way up, back up. I want this 3 filled up. Like this guy, Stefan or Steven, if he doesn't buy, he'll eventually get removed by Unifii. And he's got a big organization underneath him. I'll just put a family member or somebody in there. So I'm just going to keep filling in the holes. And remember, if I didn't fill it up, it just compresses up anyway. But I'd want to give, a valuable position to a family member or a loved one. But my point is I'm building 3 by 3 by 3, just like this shows. And those of you that are founding members, we made a big deal about being here early, but I kept saying, but give it time. Like I'm still getting to know the people in my organization. If you're not in my organization, by the way, I'm sharing all this with you because you should take the principles that I'm sharing that I'm doing and apply the same principles and strategies into your organization. If you are in my organization, I'm going to be meeting with everybody that's on my front level including those that signed up under Robin or Rima, that wanted to work with me personally. I've already addressed all of that. A lot of people are on my front level. I'm going to be meeting with each of you, putting game plans together. I've been meeting you guys systematically, and I got lots more of you to meet. And I'm filling it up this way, 3 by 3 by 3 by 3. And you should be doing the same. And even if you're still trying to figure out how to start signing up your first people, if you're building your list, if you keep learning how to do YouTube videos, you're going to get your 3 people, and you're going to start to get good at it. And as you get better and better at it, you're better and better and better, and our systems get better and better and better at helping other people. New people come into it, so it gets faster and faster and faster. This is how it works. Each of you who are here right now can get to a 7-figure income striving for this model. By the way, there's so many exciting things coming down the pike. I'm going to reserve that for another call. But I will mention, as new products are introduced, like for example, they're going to come out with the money market product. When that gets sold, you're going to get hit again with the referral bonus. So that everybody, as your network grows and new products are introduced 6 months from now, 9 months from now, and people decide to purchase some of these products, you're going to get, boom, big hits of cash that way too. I'm not even counting that. I like to keep it simple. Just remember all those other things are happening, including the matrix bonus that you're building up to, which is going to be huge. If you want to make a 7-figure income, focus on this right here. Focus on your matrix. If you're still struggling with getting your first sign up, or if you haven't seen spillover from upline, give us time to get momentum. It's how it works. We're just laying the foundation. This is how it works. And this compensation plan pays incredibly well. Keep building your list. Keep following up. And if you're in my organization, if you're on my front level, again, that includes Robin or Rima, I'll be working with you. We're getting things going. I've been doing Zoom calls with people, like we're getting things going. You're going to have my help. It just takes time for me to reach out to everybody to find out who's serious, who's not, to let some people kind of drop off so I don't waste my time. Like I'm so glad that I knew, for example, that Des dropped off before I put more time into him. On a personal level, love Des just like I love any human being, but don't want to waste my time. And I was already picking it up. Like I already kind of knew. And some of you, like I can kind of tell, like you're having a hard time mentally and emotionally. I don't want to waste time on the wrong people. Those of you who stick it out, those of you that are committed long-term, those are the ones I'm going to want to build a long-term business relationship with. Doesn't it just make sense? So if you have big goals for a 7-figure income, focus on the matrix. By the way, they're going to start paying on the 10th and 11th and 12th level as well. That change is coming soon. So you're actually going to make a lot more with this. It's an amazing compensation plan. For anyone like myself who's made 7 figures consistently, it's very clear that this is a powerful, powerful path to get to 7 figures. It's just outstanding. Those of you who don't have that goal, follow the same system, 3 by 3 by 3, but, look lower, 4,000 here at the 6th level. Just fill in the matrix. And again, if you're still trying to figure out how to sign people up, give yourself time to figure that out. You're not going to sign up day one as an ace. Keep building your list, keep using the funnel. We'll keep sending the emails out. we're seeing more and more people coming in, signing up, coming out of the woodwork. It takes time for us to build trust. Give it time. Follow the success principles. And if you want to make 7 figures, you now know what to focus on to make it do it. Mindset and the things I talked about there, but following the 3x3, following this matrix. The other comp plans will be working in addition to that, but focus on simple, focus on this, and you're going to get there. If I haven't met you yet and you're in my organization, I look forward to meeting you and helping you accomplish your goals. All right, guys. Talk to you soon.